We have the enterprise, but the three people standing here are the people that work in business, and
Okay.
we all share our thoughts collectively. And
So,
Kevin is really good at articulating, so I'm gonna have him articulate the
all right.
idea because I get lost in my thoughts pretty often.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead,
Um,
Kevin.
all right. Well, basically, Marty and the rest of us are interested in opening a crypto exchange, and not just opening a crypto exchange, but doing everything we can to dominate that market.
Mm-hmm.
Marty said something about you having access or ownership over a large portion of Genie, and for
Mm-hmm.
that reason, plus other reasons, we think that you would potentially be a really good fit to partner with us if you'd be interested. Um, we as a gang have collected quite a bit of Xcoin from Orig and Vault and blah blah blah, and we have a lot of liquidity right now. We're probably going to be eating a lot of that market, and yeah,
Okay.
that's the
So are
TLDR.
you looking to set up like a marketplace so people can buy and sell? Is that what
Yeah,
you're looking
yeah,
to do?
the full
Yeah,
shebang. The ultimate goal is to have
as well
something.
as like exchange. So let's say I have 1,000 X coin, but I'm not really a hacker. I like to do stuff that's
Mm-hmm.
related to GNE. So I'm like, fuck it. I got my 1,000 X coin. I want to directly exchange it for GNE. Like, okay,
We
well,
facilitate that.
GNE is priced at 150 from our market, and X coin is 100. So we'll be able to give you X amount of GNE for your X coin. That makes sense, you know?
Yeah, that does.
Yeah, and the starting wouldn't necessarily be anything too fancy. We would have people around designated with the appropriate currencies, so that you could reach out. You could say, "I have this amount of genie. This is what I want," and then we can facilitate that. Medium to
Mm-hmm.
long term, we want to have something, potentially an application to facilitate that process, and we would take a fee associated with each transaction based on the volume of the trade. So
Okay.
the more business people did with us, the lower the percentages, et cetera, et cetera.
All right. And I'm assuming you were talking just why is there a fucking Saints fan in my shop? I'm assuming you're talking like a lot of this would be peer to peer, Genie for Xcoin only for now.
Yeah.
Well, what do you get out of it? Like, and I'm asking you as like at the business, what does the business get out of these transactions?
Oh, you would
What
tax
kind of
each
fees are you
transaction.
looking?
To be determined. To be honest, I was actually interested in picking your brain on it because you have like a. I feel like you are the G&E market in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
So in a lot of, I think we could set that fee or set whatever fee, and it's just a matter of how
Yeah,
much people are willing to pay, right? Because there isn't going to be another option if we work together.
I got you. Well, listen, I think your idea is solid. My only concern is, from my understanding, most people have like a huge amount of Xcoin available to them. I don't really know the Xcoin market in and out specifically, but if I'm not mistaken, don't gangs have like one person that kind of exchanges everything and they just has like a huge stockpile of it? Is
Yeah,
that how it
but
works
Yeah.
typically?
right now, like people were only interested in X coin for the oil rig,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure if you know, but the puppet master took one look at it and shut it down. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
I heard.
the cost of hitting the vault for X coin is around like 600. So all the
Six hundred
excess that they
dollars.
currently have, 600 X coin, sorry.
Oh, 600
So
Xcoin to hit the vault. Okay.
all the current X coin that they have is more or less quote unquote useless to them, right? So
Right.
if they stacked up tens of thousands and they have that one person that has tens of thousands, I'm sure they're willing to offload a bulk of it for a fairly good price, because
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't mean much to them anymore.
Yeah, probably. You're not wrong.
Yep.
Now, my
Um,
next question is: do you see like a strong demands for Xcoin to GNE and vice versa?
Um, I
How much demand do you really think is there for that?
I think enough to create a market, enough to support that market. Like I don't think the demand is where it would be in a world where like there was a bunch of things that people needed and wanted Genie for, and
Right.
or vice versa. But I think a big part of being successful in this business specifically is going to be on the speculation here and now. Because I think if we make that investment, we build that infrastructure down the road. If opportunities present themselves, I think we'll just instantly come in and own that market. Because we'll have everything already set up.
I got that. Okay, well, let's talk logistics. Then I'm assuming you want to have all this handled by people, by individual brokers. Um, Are you planning on advertising this? Do you want us to be a underground thing? You want us to be open and above on Twitter? Like,
I think we would want to be as public as possible because I think we want to keep the exchange vibe, you know?
I got you.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing. I think the idea is really solid, and
Mhm.
I definitely think that there's probably some demand for it. My only concern is that it's going to be pretty big logistically to actually get something like that up and running.
Yep.
Um, and you know, I'm always down to back projects like that and help out, but I want to make sure that the actual nitty gritty stuff makes sense and is understood.
Yeah, I got you.
Because
I
that's where a business like this will live and die, is some people that are running it for you, your employees.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, to be honest, I think the 4 people here are probably some of the best business logistics people inside the city.
Right.
So I think if there were people who could make something as complicated and as tedious as this work, I think it's probably us. And I think at the start will be the hardest part of the business because I think if at any point we get any sort of support from the government, I think it'll make things a lot easier. And I think this is one of those things that only gets better with time, you know? Like, I don't think. Yeah, I think this is one of those things
I
that'll only get better
understand.
with time.
Now, my question for you guys then is, what is your offer to me? What do you want me as? Do you want me as equity? You want me to be a partner? What do you want to offer me if I
Uh,
was to go into this business with you?
I mean, see, me personally, I think you would be a really good equity partner just because I have had the experience of knowing you as both a competitor and someone that I've watched for a very, very long time. And I think when you are invested in the businesses, I think you do everything you can to make sure that they succeed. And I think given the complexity and potential headwinds for something like this, it would be to our advantage if you were like fully invested, you know? What those numbers look like, I don't have any idea, but that's where my head's at. I'm just giving away Marty's
All
company.
right. Well, I do like the idea. I do think there is potential for it. While I don't really know the specifics of how much demand there is for X coin to G&E or vice versa, surely there's some demand for it.
Yeah, and to be honest,
Okay.
I think we would also have like premium rates to exchange for cash, right?
Hmm.
If we
Yeah.
wanted to facilitate. So if the
Yeah,
average
exactly.
price in the street was 150 or 100 for Genie, we would be like 20-30% above that. We would have the volume to supply anybody at any point in time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, here's the problem. People don't really need G&E except for people that go out there and boost to convert cars. And
Yeah.
right now that's not really happening besides a couple people in Redline.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to be doing
Metalloc.
everything in-house on their own.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only concern. That's where a lot of the demand for G&E is. And as it stands right now, I think the price for G&E and its true worth is a lot lower than it actually is.
Yeah.
And that people think that it's only worth as much because that's what the price always was. But truthfully, there really isn't that much demand for it at the moment.
Yeah. No, I got you. I think we never know when we're gonna wake up and all of a sudden there's gonna be something that creates that demand. And I
Mm-hmm.
think if we buy at a high enough volume, we might be able to buy closer to what the actual value is, even
And
though
the
people
reason we
want to
say
sell.
that the reason we say that is you've been to that spot, right, near the vault,
Yeah.
the level 4 stuff.
I
And
was there the day it was shown to everyone.
yeah, exactly, right? So um level 4 got shut down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when level 3 to level 4 happened, it was such a big increase from how much X coin you needed and
Mm-hmm.
how much X coin it made the price of X coin go from $500 per to 2 to 3,000 within a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if the blockchain of that cryptocurrency X coin is looked at in just one brief moment, we firmly believe that the price of X coin will be, or the demand for X coin will be significantly higher than before, if that
Right.
makes sense. Given the circumstances that we're under the assumption
Mm-hmm.
that there will be a level 5, level 4, whatever.
I got you. Well, here's the thing, right? I think the idea is sound, but when I really think about what you're offering here, I think one of the ways that your service might be most valuable is in essentially being um not so much as an exchange that offers that links up buyers, but more so almost as a bank. Where you could exchange foreign currencies for another. You understand my example, right? Like, say you want to exchange US dollars into yen.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I imagine what you're describing to me.
Hmm.
You're going to need a ton of capital and a ton of resources to make it happen. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. You need some trusted employees that are connected with this because it's very easy to just walk away with this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like if I gave someone access to 300,000 worth of G&E, like sticks,
Yeah.
it's really easy to just get in there, walk away with it all.
Yeah. 100%.
So you there
This
is
is
like
where
an
we
element
reassure
of
her,
trust
but I don't
here
have liquor
that's
insurance
gonna be
again.
very difficult to establish because um how are you gonna have your employees making these transactions without them policing you? How are you gonna verify the transactions? You know what I mean?
Um. Well, I mean, I
Because if you
think,
solve these problems, then your business is basically set in stone, ready to go.
yeah. I mean, I think it's a trust thing, right? Um, the amount of people that would have access to that quantity of genie is probably going to be very, very limited. And I think on orders that size, there's going to have to be multiple stages of approval that people would have to get in order to gain access to it. Um, but yeah, I do think it just comes down to trust, like you said. It's going to come down to the employees. I trust everybody here in that circle with that volume of Genie or let's say Xcoin and vice versa. How much we're able to build outside of this circle sort of remains to be seen. But I also don't think we would ever trust anybody really outside of the equity partners
Mm,
with the
I
entire
don't.
business.
Yeah, I agree. I don't mean to be rude, but the thing I've learned in the city is that you should always trust but verify. And if you give people opportunity, they will always take advantage of you, even
Hmm.
if they think that they can get one over on you, they will, and they
Yeah.
will sneak stuff out from underneath you, even if they're your closest friends and family.
Hmm.
I've had to deal with people internally stealing from me, and I've had to deal with it myself. And
Hmm.
these are people that I consider close friends and family.
Hmm.
So you need a way to verify and validate all the transactions that are being made through this, or you're gonna bleed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 100%.
Fair enough.
But I like it. I think it's actually a place in the city for it, and I'm going to put some heft behind it.
Okay, that's good to hear.
I think it's a good idea. To
Oh,
be honest with
fantastic.
you, I was thinking about doing something like this about a year ago with G&E, but I could never get Eddie on board with it, so I just kind of forgot about it.
Ooh, I got you. Do you remember what his reservations were back then, or did he just not have the time for it?
Well, he doesn't like making money, so any idea that I ever had that would make us money or would be good for the company as a whole, he shut it down. Which is
Oh.
why now that he's gone and I'm the new owner of the tuna shop, it's doing great.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, doing great comparatively, like it's still not doing great, but
Yeah, yeah. I
where
mean, you
it
guys need
was, it's
another
doing
like
Yeah.
great.
couple dozen cars, and then you're doing great.
Yeah, it's not bleeding money anymore. Is what I mean.
I got you. I got you. I
Well,
got you.
listen, you guys come at me with some of these problem solves, or at least some ideas on how you can handle them, and you let me know what you need from me, and let's work on this together if you
All right.
want that.
Sounds good to me.
I want some things in paper though, because you can't build a business on just talk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 100%.
But I like it. I like it a lot.
Perfect.
Okay. Glad to hear.
Thank you, Mary.
Cool. Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for coming to me with this idea.
Excellent.
No, I need to get some paint
Excellent.
thinner. Do you guys have any on you?